Mark, let's talk about ways that parents can keep their kids from fighting over the will. What suggestions do you have for people?
Well, I think the first thing is the old school method of not telling your kids about what they're getting and them finding out at the lawyers has not worked. So I suggest some kind of family meeting where you discuss contentious issues such as a cottage, who's going to want the cottage, or are you going to share the cottage, such as art, if you have an expensive piece of art, who gets that art, or jewelry, which is more sentimental in value, but at least you can discuss it. And if you can discuss these matters prior to you passing away, you may have stopped some of the dissension within the family.
Now, when you have the discussion, are you telling your kids how it's going to be, or are you open to suggestions and ideas that in terms of how you'll actually eventually write your will?
Well, I think you want to be open because you need the feedback. To avoid the dissension, you want the feedback of your children, and then you take that feedback and create your will and hopefully at least sort of discuss, if you've decided something other than what they wish, to explain to them why you've changed your mind.
Can you give me a horror story from your experience as an accountant where somebody didn't work through these issues in advance and it left sort of some tangled mess?
In one circumstance, there was two children that the parents did not feel were equally financially acute. So the parent left the child who had financial acumen more money up front, and the child who was a spendthrift, they put it in a trust, and they did not have the ability to access the money directly. So there became a conflict between two sisters who actually got along very well, but the parents created a problem.
So work through these issues in advance rather than leaving dissension in your wake.
Exactly.